Welcome back yet again. It's double live stream day today. You guys are so lucky. So where did we get to this morning? Well, we got loads of stuff done with the workflow improvements. We completed one of the to-do items that was in the thumbnail on this video. Let's just refresh everyone's memory here, including my own. Alright, here we are. This was the list, and this was the one we did this morning. Log placements as they are made. Happy days. And then we ran into a bug. Like, we were trying to just run it on the command line, and we were getting some weird results. So instead of it doing what we expected, like, it's not. So let's delve into this and see what on earth is going on. So just while the intro video was playing, what I tried to start doing was what I normally do when things go wrong, is attach a debugger to it. So I've got a command, right? It's an executable file, great, and we should be able to just run that with a debugger, right? But apparently not, because there is no option to run an application in Rust Rover. I think that's a mistake. Like, it should be there. So that's the first problem we've got. Like, how can we run the command? Perhaps we can use cargo to do it. Let's see if we can make that happen. So if we go cargo run, but what are we trying to run? And then go bin, and then planner. Features CLI. Okay, and this is going to run it in debug mode with a bit of luck. And then if this works, we can do the same thing in the IDE. But you shouldn't need to have cargo to attach the debugger process to it. Anyway, so we can do that. So we can debug it with cargo. It seems a bit long-winded, but whatever. Okay, so we're going to do that. We're going to go cargo run, and then we're going to do the same thing that we just did down here. Almost the same thing. So this lot, right? We'll see what's going on here. Right. Yeah, okay, all that looks good. Right, but we want to run it. Well, I suppose firstly let's make sure that works. Right, and then just click debug. What happens? Okay. Let's put a breakpoint on it and make sure we can stop at breakpoints. Can we stop at breakpoints? Go. We can. This is good. Right, if we couldn't, we'd be in a bit of a pickle and we'd have to start doing trace logging and all kinds of weirdness. Right, so fine. So does the problem still exist when we run the command via cargo? That's the next question. So what we were doing was this command, which shouldn't match anything, right? So and then we go dash 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 and then give it the commands, right? Right. That's very strange. Why is it put quotes around that? Oh wait, no. Yeah, what's going on here? It goes running, and then it's got this, and it's got that, and it's got this, and it's got... What? Why? I didn't put those there, look. There's no quotes around that. Let's put an equals back here, just for fun and games. Why is it doing that? Why is it printing out single quotes when, if, like, it's not even our code that's doing that, it's cargo that's printing that out. This is weird, right? The plot thickens. Yeah. What is going on? Okay. Let's take an argument off. What does it do there? What is special about this? Let's take foo off there. Let's go like this. Right, so it's not put quotes around it when I did that. Unmatched object. See, that's what I expect it to print out, right? What? When does it start doing it? When I use a colon character. Why? Why? What the? What? Why? Let's put it in quotes. Why is cargo doing that? Who knows? This is madness. This is madness. What? Why? Look. It's putting... It's... Okay, let's put an actual pattern back on it again. Right, because up here it was going... placement flag already set when we did this pattern. Alright. So let's just put that on here. What? And then why is it doing that? That is madness. I've never seen anything do that before like that. Okay. So we've got our arguments and we have no idea why it's doing that. So we're gonna see what happens when we run it from the IDE. So we're going to add the same arguments on here, and we're going to go debug. Oh dear. Oh no. I accidentally double clicked. Oh dear. Oh, double did. Oh, what's going on there? Okay, let's just try that again. Let's put this here and then say go. Right. So I want to see what this args contains. This is what I was trying to do, but I accidentally double clicked on something. So this all looks correct, right? There's no single quotes around it. Cargo is being weird when it's printing things. Cargo hasn't printed anything at this point. But the args the program gets are are what we expect. Now the question is, why is this misbehaving? Is it because this is like a regular expression that I'm not familiar with? Is it using characters that appear in regular expressions and things like that? Okay, so let's find out. So what we're trying to do is record placement operation, right? So record placement operation, and it's going to go into this, and this is where it's going to start iterating over things, right? So we're going to say go, and the object path pattern, yeah, it's not Java, is it? Things aren't quite as easy to inspect in Rust. So we've got a regex. And it's supposed to use the regex to find stuff, and it's going to go is match on the regex, and it's going to check each one as it goes. Okay, so single unit 1 A1. I don't think you can go evaluate expression in Rust. I may be able to. Yeah. Yeah. You can't call methods. That doesn't really help very much. So it's going to get item and it's going to find it, and it's going to return true on the first one that matches. I don't think this is right anyway. Because it's trying to find a single placement. I think we've got some stuff wrong here. Because we've got an object path pattern which can match multiple placements, and then we need to iterate over the placements and update each of the states on those things. Okay, so that's problem number 1. Now, why the regular expression matches this? Right. So it's got this placement state, and the unit path for this is that, and the placement is A1. So how as does that match? Because it should be like dot star or something like that, right? On the end here. The expression should be like dot star. So how does that match? Let's look at the implementation of this regex. Like, what does a colon do? Yeah, that's not really useful. I try. Let's bring up that regex 101 thingamajigamy. There's the Rust one, look. Right, so the regular expression is not really a regular expression, it's just like a string, this one is. This is the pattern that we're using, right? And the test string is A1, like this. But it says it matches. Interesting. Yeah. So if we did that, it wouldn't match, which is sort of what we want. But it's yeah, it matches. Okay, so there's nothing particularly wrong with it. It's just how it was. Right. Okay. So there's not a problem with the regular expression matching, but there is a problem with the code because it's supposed to iterate over all the matched placements. We don't have a test for that. So let's fix that. So there needs to be a loop somewhere around here. So let's kill that. Let's fix this. Right, update placements operation. So yes, I see why we didn't spot it. Okay, look, because in our test, we've got this pattern which matches a thing, and then we've got this pattern which matches a thing, right? But we haven't got a single pattern that matches lots of things. So let's make this first one match multiple things, and then that will cause us to have to poke it. That's probably a reasonable thing here. So that's what we now expect. Right. Okay. Okay. We're getting to the bottom of this now. Oh. Run the tests, Dominic, not the thing that you're running. Right, so this should fail now. Yeah, there it goes. Look. Okay, so the regular expression which should have matched that didn't match that. Well, it would have matched it, but it only used the first one. So now we can fix it. Okay, fine. So this is supposed to be filter, not find, and this is supposed to be something else. So we're supposed to have placements here, right? Filter. Is it yeah, no. How do we convert a boolean to filter? Oh, wait. Yeah, it's a function that returns bool. Why is it bitching about this? Okay, so we have to go for placement in placements, right? That's the problem. And this bit isn't really right. Match placement. There should just be a list of placements. Let's just say yeah. Oh, damn it. If wait. So there's a compile error because it doesn't know what to do. Okay, placements is a B-tree map, but perhaps you can't call filter on a B-tree map. But apparently you can. Let's see what it says. I mean, what is this going to be? Is this going to be a set of entries or what? That's interesting. So it just needs to know that it's a vec, and then the inner type it can do. Fine. Might work now. No. Setting place flag, setting place flag, setting place flag. Well, I mean, that's good. Right. Because it matched all the things now, the actual state of this is different to what we were expecting before. So that was an error as well. Oh dear. So it's going to match R2 now, which is fine. And it's going to be phase operation complete. which is good. But now we're going to have a difference in this bit. Okay, we've fixed the bug though. So we've got the phase states. Automated PnP is going to be true, and it's going to be 3 of 3. Huh. Okay. Now what? Oh, yeah. And R2 needs to have the place flag set. That's okay. That's okay. R2. Placed. True. There we go. That should fix it. Almost. What's the difference here? Right, so the log is now going to have one more item in it. That's fine. And if you remember from this morning, we had all this stuff. So now we should have R2 being placed as well. There we go. That was nice, wasn't it? Hey, okay, bug fixed. Everything's fine. So let's run it. On command line. Oh, there we go, look. That's more like it. Yeah. Right. So I basically said, yeah, just match everything. It's fine. All of these things. Everything's placed. And then phase operation complete top. Yeah, that's what we're looking for. And let's see what happens if we go phase operation complete bottom. Yeah, so we placed everything on this board, on this PCB. Magic. It works now. It was very broken before. We didn't notice. That's not good. Proof is in the pudding when you come and use it though, isn't it? Okay, fine. Okay, so we fixed the bug. Oh man, that was our first bug, I think that was. Oh dear. Oh well. Still, at least we had good tests, right? I mean, did we? Did we have good tests? I mean, the assertions in the tests were wrong, weren't they? Yeah. That's interesting. Okay. I might have to review the live stream where I created that code and see what happened. See what happened. Maybe I skipped over that a little bit too quickly or something. I don't know. Maybe it was late in the day. Who knows? But we fixed it. Okay, so what did we do? We fixed the bug. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Fixed bug where regular, let's see, placement, object path, object paths that object path regular expressions that matched multiple placements. Fix bug when updating placement when recording placement operations, where object path regular expressions that match multiple placements only caused the first match to be updated. Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, and this is why we need some more unit testing for some of these things, right? Because the unit testing, because at the moment we've just got these functional sort of integration test things, but they don't test lots of different scenarios, right? So we can certainly improve the tests to make that better. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that was all manner of wrong, that was, wasn't it? Still, there we are. Okay, fixed. Okay, moving on. Right, so let's run all the tests. Okay. Cool, all the tests passed there. It's running with the default features. Everything's fine. And we're going to push all these changes. Cool. Whee! There we go. Okay. What's next? We fixed the bug. That was good. What's next? This is add command to reset placement operations. So the idea is that you do your workflow, blah 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 blah, right? And then you go, great, that worked. I want to do it again. Hi, Eat Lemon, how's it going? So you want to do it again, basically, but you couldn't do it again unless you can reset all the state, right? So that's what we've got to do. We've got to reset the state. But now that we've got the log there, we can still see what happened and when it happened. Yeah, but I've just realised there was something we didn't do. Damn it. There's always something else, isn't there? So if you remember from this morning, where we update... Where is it? Oh, hi, Darkman. Everyone's here this afternoon. Fantastic. So where we update the thingamajiggy, what is it called? The phase operation. That's it. Just trying to remember all the names of these things now is tricky for me. Where we record the phase operations, the only phase operation that we're recording, right, is the load PCBs one. There are more though. So where is this bit of code? Let's close all the other ones. So we've got this record phase operation, and right. So the only one that we've tested really is this. These ones were put here, but we haven't got any tests for them. Right, what are we going to do here then? So we've got update phase operation, we've got all the stuff, yada yada yada. How about if we extract this to a method and create some unit tests for it? What do we think? Do we need to do all of this? Don't know. Let's just extract this bit. Yeah, okay. Refactor. Extract method. And we're going to say build history operation kind. Yeah. Right, but it takes the state, right? Which is mutable. Does it need to be mutable here? Like, why? We modify it here, right? But it doesn't need to be mutable here. What happens? Do we get errors? Yeah, no, we're still good. Right. Because we don't mutate it afterwards, so it's okay to have another one. Right. So we're good. So now we can write some tests for this, right? And then make sure we've covered them all. Mod build history and the astute among you will have noticed that I'm not paying very much attention to the order of things in the files. At some point we will go back and we shall, you know, reorder this stuff that's in here and maybe move some things to somewhere else. But right now I'm more focused on getting everything right and working and bug free than stuff like that. So I don't know, let's go pub fun build, I don't know, load PCBs. Right, so when we build this, with one of these, do we pass this to it? I mean, should this not be a reference really? And some state. Then assert EQ result expected result seems fine. What do you expect to get out of this? We want one of these. Why would it do that? All I did was paste again, and it just pasted like a full path thing there. So that's the one we want, right? But this has this completed flag. Yeah. So then we need a state, right? And this is process operation state. and if we say it's true, then it should be true. But we want a parameterized test, so we're going to make a parameterized test. Sure. The way you create parameterized tests is apparently something like rs test and then completed, and it's like case or something, and then I think you're supposed to go case and then some stuff here, but I don't remember. We'll find out though. Yeah, it was just that, wasn't it? Case and then true and false. So I suppose well, I mean, we could use the input for both things. It's a little odd. I mean, we're supposed to pass a reference to the state. Let's run it and see what happens. Here we go. Why not? Okay, that's fine. We didn't change that. And probably partial EQ on the object kind. What is it? Operation history kind. I mean, the production code doesn't need this, so we can go derive and then the thing. Something like that. Config attribute, blah 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 blah. Do the thing. Maybe. The colouring of this is funky. Look, why is config attribute white there? That's wrong. But it does indeed work. So that's good. But there is a problem with these RS test things. There's an open issue on the Rust Rover issue tracker for this, because when you double click these, it doesn't go to the thing. It doesn't go to the test, which is annoying. So it's like, give him a test code. Right. So we have to find it the old way. Okay, fine. So we've got a test for that. Right. We kind of knew that one was going to be okay. We haven't got a test for this, and we don't really know, like, should we have more things in here? Should there be a state on here as well? Probably should be, really, on all of these. Because automated P, yeah, because we've got a state for all of these things, haven't we? So I suppose, I mean, we've got this test. I'm going to keep this, but I'm going to duplicate it, and I'm going to poke it. What we could do, like an given a thing and then the other thing, and I want to sort of like a combinatorial test where we've got the true false of the state and all the different input values that we can have. Let's look up and see how we do it. I've not done one of these before, so this will be interesting. RS test. Docs. Maybe this one. So, yeah. You remember earlier this morning we were looking at that time crate, which was a nightmare, right? This one, it's got an overview. Happy days. Not like a minimum supported Rust version as the first thing you read without any documentation and a book with loads of topics that don't even tell you all the things that are in them. God. Does anybody remember this thing from earlier? Oh my God, it was horrible. This. Just, so bad. Like, so bad. Book, this thing. Look. Oh yeah. Yeah. Great documentation. Love it. Love it. Let's construct a time. Not happy with that library. RS test, on the other hand. Pretty decent documentation. So, parameterized tests. We can have the input and the expected thing, which is fine, but I want a sort of combinatorial thing. How can we do that? It might not tell us here, but let's have a look at the repository. There's playground. Let's see what's in playground. Curious. Fixtures. Oh yeah, okay. Not sure about combinatorial tests. RS test. RS tests. Oh, don't mind if I do, sir. I'd love some RS tests. Oh, there was too many tests. Oh dear. Macros. Tesh, panic, yada yada. Yeah. I don't know what they call combinatorial though. Like, can you double up on your fixtures? Let's have a look. How do you use it? I think this is what you need. Fixtures can use other fixtures. How does that work? The test. So the fixture, if the argument is the name of a fixture, then it works, right? But So I suppose if we have two methods which give us an iterator, they each give us an iterator, right? And then in the test we can iterate over both of them. But then not entirely sure about that. It might need a bit of experimentation. So what do we do here? So here it calls next on the iterator. Let's see if someone else has got an example of this. RS test combinatorial test. Yeah. Let's see. I mean, I could do that, but I don't really want to. I suppose so you can create iterators here, but that's kind of weird. Yeah. Because this is sort of what we want. And, I want us to sort of do it declaratively, though, really. Just, no. Test matrix, yeah. What's this? What's this? Seems fairly popular. It's kind of what we want. Yeah, I knew someone would have done this for us already. But you know, we've got RS test, but parameterized test cases easily. So, you know, we've got RS test, and then we've got test case, which, I mean, I don't know. RS test didn't have the other thing that we wanted. Should we give it a try? Let's give it a try. Not really entirely happy about bringing in loads of extra dependencies for this, but dev dependencies are not too bad. Test case. Okay, so we're going to give it a try. So the idea was that you do this. And then it doesn't use this syntax like this. Okay. So the idea is that, well, hold on. Which one of these is X? And which one of these is Y? Okay. It's not clear which goes where from this, because you don't know which is X and which is Y. But this is probably X and this is probably Y. It would be more helpful if they used two different types in the example, wouldn't it? Still, there we are. So we're going to go completed and we're going to go false and true. Right? Fine. And then we've got all the different types of this, all the different kinds, right? So we've got this kind, but where do we put the test expectations? Don't know. Maybe I don't know. I mean, where would you put them? Where would you put them? And then, why is it complaining? Oh, well, yeah, whatever. Okay, so this kind is never used. So if we say kind here, right, we need our expectations somewhere. So I suppose we could introduce a tuple here. But then no. Because, well, no. No, it's not going to work, is it? Okay, fine. Fine, whatever. Let's get rid of this. Let's do it the regular way. You know, we tried. We failed. Failing is good. And then load PCBs was one. We do automated PNP is another. See, but automated PNP doesn't have a completed flag. But at least now we've got a sort of reason to put it there. Right. And these ones are going to have it as well, because they are. Automated PCB, load PCBs, manually solder components. And, oh yeah, for and then the other one was reflow components. Why is this mode? Oh yeah, okay, fine. Let's just run all of these tests. Like, it's not very exciting, this test. All it's testing is sort of argument parsing and conversion. And there's a match statement, you know. It's not very exciting. Oh look, everything works. Magic. And we did have true and false on it as well, didn't we? Yes. So basically, we know that it works perfectly now. Fine. There's not much value in these tests, but there was some value in writing the tests because it forced us to actually do the other three of these and put the completed stuff on, you know, put the state on there and make sure that it actually builds. So now we can be sure, because we've tested, we've passed a state to this method and we've passed an operation to it. We know that if we pass any other state with the completed true or false on it and any other process operation kind, that it will do the right thing, which is good. So ideally, well, so we can be fairly certain that when I build everything and then wait for it to build, thus, and then try doing that thing, which was something like record phase operation for the top for reflow components. Something like this. What are we supposed to do? Record phase operation. Did I do that? Oh. No, not dash dash. Come on, Dominic, sort it out. Something like this. So, I mean, it works, but our argument thing doesn't have the argument passing on there yet. So we need to fix that as well. Okay. Where do we go for that? So our bin file has got a record phase operation here, and it's got process operation arg, but it's only got load PCBs in it right now. We don't have any tests for this. Well, I suppose if we test this method, then we'll have a reason to add all the extra things on here. So let's do that. just be really specific on this testing here. Okay, so when I've got a dash there instead of an underscore. When we go, I suppose we can just go expect assert EQ. And then we go process operation kind from operation arg load PCBs. When you do that, you get this. Right? Did that run? What are we in? MakerPnP, CLI, args. Yeah, load PCBs, it works. Right? So now we could repeat all of this, or we could do a parameterized test again. And probably a parameterized test is going to be fine for this. So if we change this to an RS test and we go case, we give it two things. The first thing is this, and the second thing is this. And then we go arg kind, and then we'll fill in the types. Oh, what am I doing? Right, and then we go arg, and we expect that we get kind. And then we have to go case on this and case on this, right? But this is supposed to be expected kind. Okay, cool. And let's just say from. Right. Now we can add the other things. So the other args that we've got. So the kinds that we can create. It doesn't let me autocomplete this. I don't know why. Automated PnP was one. We don't have the arg yet. Reflow components was another one. We don't have the arg yet. And then this one. Fine. So now we can go and add these to this. Right. Okay, so we've added those. Come on. Come on. Come on. Oh, I can't control click on these. Right. And now we've got to implement it, but also we need to fix these. Ooh, there is another place we can fix these as well. Let me show you where it is first before I do it. Let's do the implementation real quick because it's trivial. it does seem a little bit unnecessary, all this, but trust me, we're keeping the CLI stuff separate from our main core chunk of code that we want to be able to reuse from a GUI and a CLI. Just if you're people wondering what this madness is. The interface boundaries, innit? Component boundaries. Thou shalt not mix them all together. Okay. I don't know why that one's moaning. Oh, this is supposed to be kind here, that's why. Okay. There we go. Right, so we got this load PCBs thing. Now, if you remember, when you run the command with the help thing, it shows you the possible arguments that you've got, right? And that's where this load PCBs things comes from. So, where load PCBs exists in this help thing, tests, planner, here, that one, right? Now we can add the other ones to it. I suppose I should do it the other way around, but you know, it's just easier to do this and then copy paste them this way. Oh, go on then, I'll be a good boy. I'll do it in the test first. Look, everybody saw it. It was fine. Manually solder components. It's not pretty. Not sure we should be using lowercase for these things. We can change our mind. Okay. We had a reason to do it. So, let's run all the tests. The help worked. Look at that. Ta-da! It passed. Right? So good. So now when I do this, we can be pretty sure it's going to actually work. Let's see. No. Damn it. Oh, I missed an argument. I mean, it would have worked. Set foo. The only thing we can do is set completed. Da 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 da. Right, and it did stuff. Look. And look, reflow components completed. So we said, yeah, we put a bunch of parts on it, and then we reflowed it, and everything's good. And we could do it for the bottom, you know. And it should be fine. But you see, haha. That's interesting. I don't think this should unknown phase. I'm not sure if that error message is correct. Let's see what's going on there. It might be that the operation doesn't exist and the error message is bad. See tests for the error handling. You see, we are missing a few. I know this. Close everything. Yeah. Okay. So we've got this file, and we've got phases, right? And we've got a phase called bottom. Now it might be that we're missing the state, but we're not missing the state. Yeah, there's an issue here, isn't there? It's not an unknown phase. I think the problem is that there's no reflow components on the bottom one. it didn't do anything because it's already done, you see. Okay, let's check that out. Okay, that's interesting. So let's debug it. Okay, we fixed that, so we'll just reuse this. So we are trying to run all these arguments. Plop. Okay, let's run it. Right, and it gives us a stack trace now, which is good. Yeah. Wrong error message. This is an unknown operation. This is wrong. This is wrong. Operation state. Yeah, probably it's the only place we get it. I don't think we've got an operation state error. No. Invalid operation for phase. Is it a phase error? Yeah, go on, let's make it another phase error. Let's also give it the operation as well. Yeah. All right, let's see that. Okay. Process operation kind doesn't have debug, probably. It does. What? Process operation kind can be forwarded with the default format. Oh, okay. This needs a thing on it. Right. We have to clone it here. It's fine. Right. Now what does it say? It says invalid operation for phase. Operation. We're missing a single quote there, I think. Yeah. Operation, reflow components. There, we fixed the error message there. We don't have a test for that error handling. And we didn't... Well, okay. And we didn't... should have done that as a separate commit, really. But, you know, we were testing the first bit of code. Yeah. Okay, so let's fix that first. So this file is in phase. This changes in phase. So we're going to add that there. And then where this is used was in project. And we want that one. And then this is the other bit that we removed. So we're going to say fix incorrect error message when phase operation is not applicable. When operation is not applicable for the phase. Like so. Right now,
I don't know that one.
I don't know why Alexa's just woken up there, but that was a bit weird. Now we can fix this. So now we've got support for these things. So what do? We support more operations. Planner. Support remaining operations when recording phase operations. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so we did that. And we added a bunch of tests for everything. And we extracted the method. We added state to the other ones, and we tested all that. And my editor removed some white space. This is good. And then we've got all the other tests for that, which seems fine. Happy days. Cool. Let's run all the tests. Should be okay. Yeah. No warnings, no test failures. Happy days. Default features. Okay. Right. Now that that's done, and we know that it's working properly, we can go back to our list of stuff. Here we go. So add command to reset placement operations. That's what we said we want to do. We were here a little bit ago, but then I remembered some stuff wasn't done. But I can't think of anything else that's not done yet, so we can probably have a crack at doing this now. Right. Reset placement operations. Okay. Now I said reset placement operations, but really, it's not just placement operations that need to be set, or unset, or reset. It's all the operations state. But I wrote this when the only thing that was able to be reset was the placements. So really it's just add command to reset operations. So the command should probably be called reset operations. What should it do though? Should it reset the operations for a phase? Or all of the phases? Well, let's think about it. So you've made some PCBs and you go, great, I want to make some more now. So that's all of the phases, isn't it? Would you ever want to reset it for a particular phase? You might. I guess the use case for that would be you start placing components, your pick and place machine is broken for whatever reason, and it placed some components, and then some random disaster happened, like the cut tape paper got jammed and knocked all the components off, and you need to restart that side again. But you've already done the other side, and you don't want to reset that. So you probably do need to be able to specify the phase, or all phases. Like maybe phase is an optional argument for this thing. And if you don't specify the phase, it resets all the phases. Let's do that. Let's do that. Okay. That was enough thinking about it, wasn't it? It's great when you're the product owner and the developer. You just think about it and then you do what you want. It's great. You don't have to have meetings. You don't have to have planning sessions. You don't have to have time estimations. It's fantastic. How long do you think it's going to take? 2 weeks. How complicated is it? Very. Standard answers, right? You guys all know that. Oh, it's shocking. Right, what are we doing? I'm just remembering like work stuff from like years ago. Scrum meetings and stand-ups and planning meetings and all this stuff. Yeah, if you want to get stuff done, it's a way of doing it. It's true. I always used to hate giving time estimations for things. It's impossible. Like, you just don't know. You just don't know. The only way that you can know is if you've done it before. And even if you've done it before, it's still going to be wrong, because how you do it now might not be the same as how you did it before, because the world has moved on and there might be a new version of some library that your code has to do, or there might be some bug, or the operating system that you're running it on has been upgraded, and so on and so on and so on and so on and so on. And your head explodes. There we go. Right. Time estimations. Let's forget about all that stuff. I'm not going to do a time estimation. Can we do it today? Maybe. Can we do it this week? What day are we on? We're on Thursday. I think we can do it this week. Okay. Right, so we need a test. Okay. So we got our sequence. So we go blah 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 blah, record some stuff, everything's fine. And then we go reset at the end. Right. So 13 is going to be 14. Okay, fine. And then probably need to move this out of the way at some point. Okay. We're going to steal a bit of this. I'm just going to steal the whole thing for a moment. And then we're going to delete things out of it because I can't be bothered to scroll a lot. "13, reset. Operations." Let's say that. Right. So the content is all going to be the same, but we're going to set all the state of everything to false. You know, not completed, yada yada yada. With part states, with phases, all this is right. Phase states, here we go. So, not completed. Nothing's placed. Not completed. Right. And then we're gonna... all of these need to be false. replacement states, right? Okay. We don't care about any of these. And we're going to say reset operations. And we're not going to specify the phase. Not yet. We're just going to do it like that. Okay. And let's say okay, so there's probably like 3 messages that I can think of here. Those 3 messages are probably what we need to say. So you can't reset the phase operations on the top and bottom without first resetting the placement operations. And then we're going to say, well, we don't care about the operation history file. It may be at some point we want to put something in that, but I don't want to do it right now. So yeah, we don't need that. Reset operations. That should be enough. That should be enough. All right. It'd be nice to finish this today, wouldn't it? It's been a bit of a long day today. And honestly, I could do with a break, but let's see if we can get this done. No, we've got to run it with the CLI. There we go. Okay, a bit tired. Let's see what we can do. If it all goes pear-shaped because I'm too tired, I'm going to stop. And we'll pick it up tomorrow. But we'll crack on for a bit today. Right, so it's failing because it doesn't know what the subcommand is. Good. That's what we want. So now we need a new thing. Reset operations. Reset operations. There's nothing. Not yet, because we're just going to iterate over all the phases and all the placements and done. Right? Fine. Fine. So now this match statement is going to be bitching and moaning at us, isn't it? Because why is it not bitching and moaning though? Non-exhaustive pattern. I know, but it's not. It's not. It's not done it, has it? Right. Okay. So we've got to load up the project. And we're going to have to save it if it's modified. Let's just save it anyway. It would be an optimization to not save it unless we needed to. So we're going to go project, reset operations, and then give it a mutual reference to the project. And we're going to error it out if it doesn't work. Just like we do with all the other ones. So if we were to look at this method signature, we got anyhow result bool, right? You know. So this is going to be anyhow result of a unit, and we're just going to say okay. Everything's good. So what do we got to do in order to reset the operation? We said what we had to do, didn't we? We said that we've got to go over the placements and set these to all to false, and go over the phase states and set everything to false. So that should be fairly easy. So let's go reset placement operations, and we give it the project, and then we're going to say reset phase operations, and we'll give it the project. Sure. That's what we want to do, isn't it? Okay. So reset the phase operations. So I suppose we go for reference, comma, phase state in P0 dot phase states, but really this should be project dot itemut phase state dot operation state. So we go for kind probably, and state in operation state dot itemut, and then we go state dot completed is false. Sure. We don't care about the reference apparently, and we don't care about the kind. Done. Okay, next. Reset placement operations. Right, firstly this is a project. Then we go for object path, I think, and then placement state in projects. It's called placements. I think we need to rename this to be like placement state, because the placement, the thing that you have in it is a placement state, and that's got a placement. And then we're going to itemut on that as well. And then we're going to go, I don't care about the object path, but the placement state placed is going to be false. Are we done? Did we do it? Is everything done? Pass. Duh. I missed a mutt. How about now? Okay, we broke the help. I was kind of expecting that, but I forgot about it. Reset operations. Oh, we didn't print the messages. We didn't print the messages. Okay, so we've got to print some messages. What did we say we wanted to print? We wanted this, didn't we? So we go reset placement operations first. So we go info yada. And then here we say phase operation reset. Oh, we do want the reference after all. Sure. Oops. Yeah. How about now? What happened? Right. Aha. We missed a call. So what we have to do is something like project.up can't remember the name of it. Refresh parts, refresh placements, reset operation state, update phase operation states. That's what we got to do. Update phase operation states project. What's this going to print out? Trace messages, trace messages, trace message. Updating phase status. Yeah. Don't really care too much about that. So placement operation reset, phase operation reset, and then it's going to reset it. It's going to say, why does it say complete though? It's because there's no placements on it. I'm not really sure what the best way of handling this is, to be honest. And I wasn't really sure about what the best way of handling was this when I first did this. Now the reason that this is complete is because there's no placements to place on this side. Because we haven't assigned any to it. But it's not really an error, it's just like... I don't think it should be complete. You see, because... Where does it come from? Oh, maybe state. Right. I think this is the source of the error. Right. Are all placements placed? Now, I think that it's incorrect to say a phase is completed if there's no placements on it. I think it's incorrect to say it's incomplete if there are no placements on it, because then it can never be completed. I mean, perhaps the phase shouldn't exist. Right? Perhaps the completed, bear with me here, should be optional. Like it's a tri-state thing. Like if it can be completed, right, then it can be complete or incomplete. And it can't be completed if there's no placements. So it should always be none. But then, what impact does that have on everything else, right? That's a tricky one, that, isn't it? Tricky one. Tricky little butter. Completed. Because we could go and, you know, state dot total is greater than 0. Right, but that's sort of the naive way of doing it. I mean, placement state. Like, you could write that, but I don't think it's really correct. Match completed. What do we do here? Completed. And because we've got this operation state. What's this operation state? Where's it come from? It comes from here. Phase state, operation state, process operation state. And then we've got this completed flag, right? So, we've got a couple of options here, I think. We could introduce an enum instead of this completed flag. And it could have 3 things on it, like pending, incomplete, complete. And I think that makes a lot more sense. So we're going to ignore this for a minute and consider that previous task done. Well, almost done. Yeah, you see, I mean, we're going to have to come back to it and fix it in a moment because we've got this manually soldered thing, right? The current behavior is that it's one of the phases is going to be complete even after you reset the phases, which is weird, right? This is going to be true. And we're going to go fix me after resetting the state. The operation should not be complete. Consider adding a pending state since there are no placements for this phase yet. Right. Ta-da! So it should pass now, right? No. Okay. Did we just not do it? Oh, I reset the total. Duh, that was an error, wasn't it? There's still 3. Okay, how about now? Oh, we got it working. Yeah. Okay, but we need the help thing. Right, and we need the help for blah blah blah. Help for set placement ordering. Help for record phase operation, which is the last one that we did. That one. Should be a white space there. Yeah, that's better. Help for reset operations. Something like reset operations. And you need the project, and you go reset operations. don't think there were. Oh yeah, there are some options because it's those, but there's none of that, and there's none of this, and we have to run the same reset operations. I remembered it. Ha 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 ha. Okay, how about now? Fail because there's always something that's missing. Yep, I was right. What? Okay. The indentation. Oh. Whatever. Not that. This. Go. Told you there's always something, didn't I? Hey, it's fixed. Ha ha ha. Let's do a commit. I told you we could get it done this week, didn't I? Look at that. Brilliant. I knew I had it in me. Okay, reset operations. But there was more to it. I mean, it works. But we added a fix me that we got to fix. So, you know. Because we added this. Because of this problem. So what do we do? Add command to reset operations. Thus. Why? Just stop doing that. Okay, fine. We'll just delete the line. I want this in the other way because we've got placement operations and we call it first. So I'm just going to move this above this. Because 1, 2, 3, right? 1, 2, and then we've got the other thing. Fine. Yeah. Yeah. And yeah. Cool. I want to click it. I want to, but I can't. Right, let's fix the fix me. This. We've got to fix it. So let's say test operation status. Oh, flipping mosquitoes. I got the bastard. Goodbye. It's mosquito o'clock here. What time is it? Yeah, about 9 o'clock. They all start coming out. Buggers they are. It's like flying right in front of my screen. Bleh. Right. Mosquito screens. Yeah, it'd be nice. Pending. This is what we're going to do. That's going to break some eggs, that is. Right. We fixed the fix me, yay. Right. So we've got this extra state. And yeah. Yeah, okay, fine. Pub enum pending complete incomplete. There. I don't want to write code that's like if let this blah 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 blah. There's always going to be a state. I don't want to write if lets everywhere. An enum I feel is better. I want to be able to match on the state and, you know, display it properly. And yeah, we're going to give it a whirl and see what happens. Right, if we try compiling this is going to be bad. Because with phase states is expecting a boolean. So let's make it take one of these. There. And that means we need to fix this so that this is not one of these. And we are trying to transition this to use structures and enums instead of these stupid tuple structures everywhere, which was a bad idea when I did it. But, you know, you didn't know it was a bad idea when there was only one thing. Right. That is obviously going to break some other things, and we're going to find out where they all are by pressing compile. 32 errors. Hey, told you it was going to break some things, didn't I? Right, let's fix this builder first. So it's not a bool anymore. What is it? Is it a string? Yeah. Do we have toString on this? Do we have toString? We've got debug. Like, you see, I don't even want to write the toString on it. It's just no. I don't want to do it. Because I want to be using these, right? How do you serialize like an instance of one of these things? Let's see if we can work this out. Phase states, if let's on phase states, right? Can we go something daft like let foo equals completed dot serialize? Like, what happens if you try doing that? Yes, we should just have the project there, and we wouldn't need to do any of this, but currently we do. You can only serialize if you've got a mutable reference to a serializer, and then you get a result from it, and so on and so on and so on and so on. It's rubbish, no. I suppose we could just temporarily hack it and have one. Go on then. New with a writer? A buffer's a writer, isn't it? I don't want any special formatting. So if we go completed.serialize with a mutable reference to this serializer. Let's call it value serializer. Okay, and we're just gonna say let foo is whatever. Can this fail? No, it's not allowed to fail. So we're going to say dot OK. And we can ignore it, right? Right, but the buffer is what contains the stuff. So I think you go string from buffer or something. Didn't we do it down here somewhere? Yeah, look, we did this. Right, and now we've got a string and we can give it to it. And all of this is going to go away at some point, but not today. Yeah. Right, so fine. But ooh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. It's not supposed to be completed, is it? It's supposed to be state now. That's what we're gonna do. And this isn't really completed anymore. It's like, where did it come from? Completed string. Status. Status, not state. Okay, so status string comes from this, and then completed is this. Where does this come from? This comes from here. So this is supposed to be status. Because it says test operation status. That's right. I don't know, renamed it the wrong way. Never mind. So now what? So now we just have to fix all of these. Each line is repeated 3 times, or 2 or 3 times. So that should make our life a little bit easier. So this is going to be test, operation state, and then this is... You see, I don't know what's going to go in here right now. I mean, it says incomplete. I mean, the false was incomplete. Let's go with false incomplete, changing false to incompletes and true to completes until we know otherwise. We are going to have to come back and fix some of these. This one should be pending, I'm pretty sure. The other one might have to be pending until... Look, it's got 0 here and it's got 3, so this should definitely be pending, right? Let's go back and look at the other ones, because this doesn't have any of the extra sort of state thing on here yet. This one's where we have the second one, but we've not assigned any components to it, so this should probably be pending. And this should be pending too. Right. This one should be pending as well. Right, pending is good. Pending still. Right, this one's pending. And now this one's incomplete because there's actually a way to complete it. There's still no way to complete this one. That's going to be incomplete. That's going to be incomplete. So is this. This one is still going to be pending. This one is going to be incomplete. False, false, pending, also pending. No, incomplete. Oh, we missed one. And this one is complete. So, incomplete, incomplete, complete. Place 3 of 3, so this one can actually be complete now. And then this one should be pending still, because there's still no way to complete it. Fine. And then the last one, incomplete, pending, which is what we said. And then it's supposed to be incomplete, incomplete, and incomplete. Okay, that's what we want to happen. It ain't gonna happen though, but at least it runs. So when we create a phase, this is what we've got. We need to fix this. So, phase states in the project. So, project. Has got phase states. Phase state. Phase state has got operation state. And this needs to have a status of then whatever the 3 things that we said was. And in the project builder, we had this. It's going to be the same as this. But it's going to be process operations status. Yeah. Probably. Now it may be the place that we got this from. We need to fix this. Like so. Default. It needs to be pending. Right? Cool. Right. And now we're going to deal with all the places where we read it and set it. Because they're all trying to deal with booleans right now. So we got this completed. Right? And we knew that this thing is where the source of the problem is coming from. So, let's say let status is if placement state dot total is greater than is 0, then it's going to be pile of no it's going to be pending, right? Because you know it is. Otherwise It's going to be are all placements placed complete. Otherwise, it's going to be incomplete. How about now? Semicolon. Boom. Right, so it returns a status. Let's just see. Let's follow the compile errors. Right, so now we've got a process operation status, but it doesn't have it. Right, and this completed has got the wrong name here. And I don't think we need to dereference it. I think what we need to do is clone it. Okay, let's try that. Right, match, no, status. Right, we've got another one. Right. BOS. No. Complete. Goes to that. Incomplete. Goes to that. And then bending. Goes to that. I mean, sure, you know, we could probably put the name of this thing here, right? But no. Okay, so update phase operation. So this state here is a phase state, is it? No, it's an operation state. Oh, I suppose if yeah, okay. No, it needs to be equal to it needs to be incomplete because you can't set one from process operation. Yeah. What handle attempt to go from pending to complete? Maybe? Oh, this is supposed to be status. Okay. You always pass a reference with the EQ. Fine. Right. Completed. We wrote a test for this earlier today. Look. Brilliant. Bugger. Let's just go state. And it's going to be operation. I mean, we could probably use this. This is the thing that's got the 3 things in it, right? Yeah. We can reuse that here, I think. I mean, it's a log thing. It's going to break the test, this is. Sure. You know. But we've got to clone it because it's one of these. Fine. That's going to break a whole bunch of tests. Reset. Now. What should this be now? Should everything be pending until the things go from pending to whatever? Let's set everything to pending, and we're going to see what happens. Oops. It probably should be pending until this gets called, right? And then that might mark them as incomplete. Which would be okay. Right, we're getting there. So, right. And this is the same thing here. If it's marked as complete and it's not completed, then it's incomplete. This is when you're building a report. Potentially it could pass through the pending thing. We might have to revisit that. No field completed. What is this doing? This is... Yes, what is this doing? It's creating an overview, and the overview has a complete flag. You see, it shouldn't be like it should be like should be phase operation status or something. Right. And then we've got this operation state. Yeah. And we need to clone it. Right. Now we've got the test that we were trying to do earlier. So if you're passing it right, so we don't have true, false, and whatever anymore, do we? We have the 3 states. So let's say incomplete, and then complete, right? Status. Right, this thing, yeah. Okay. Oh, well, this needs to be status dot clone. Yeah, we've got to repeat that with all of these. This is why I wanted a nice little matrix test, you know? Why? Oh, yeah. There we go. Okay, so we need to do this for all of these. So let's search for this. Okay. And then we're going to scroll back up and we're going to go down. Yeah, okay. And then we're going to go placement, operation, status, pending. Oh, damn it. It was supposed to be process. That's fine. Okay, let's just run that and see if I made any typos. Oh, glad I got it right. That was good. Okay, so everything compiles now. So let's see what's actually going on. Right. So our expectation is wrong. For two reasons. One, it's got quotes on it, and two, it's pending because the status have never been updated yet. And load PCBs doesn't have oh dear. It doesn't have a pending state. I mean, I guess it has a pending state until you've added PCBs. I might have to think about that. Reflow components can have a pending state until there's placements that have been added. That's going to be tricky. Oh dear. Right, but we've also got to deal with this escaping malarkey that's going on here. This is probably in the builder, which is just temporary crap anyway. Project builder, yeah. So where we've serialized this thing, who remembers where it was? Nobody remembers where it was. this. If we debug it and look at this status string, I suppose. Yeah. Maybe try it again. Oh, there we go, this one. Right. This status string has got quotes in it. Right. This is a bit of a long-winded way of going toString on the thing. Should we just implement toString on it instead of this? Because this is madness. Yes. I don't want to have to start removing quotes and things like that from it. Let's get rid of that rubbish. So we've got a status somewhere. This. We're going to call toString on it. It doesn't have it. Right. It's madness. But anyway, impl display for test, whatever, status. Okay, off you go. Do it. Go on. Off you go. Can we derive it? What does serialized display do? No. Not that. So we go match self. There you go, right to the formatter pending. Yes. Yes, I'm actually writing this code. Right. Isn't there a macro to do this for us? Like, it's an enum. There's nothing special about it. Give me a macro. Give me a thing that lets me do it. Fine. Now, obviously, it's in the wrong sort of casing and all this kind of stuff, but it's going to be fine for now. Right, so now we've got rid of the quotes, but we've got this state still. Now we've got to decide whether we think this is right or if we think this is right. So what are we doing? We're creating a phase, and the phase is created by the name PnP. All right, and that has associated with it 3 operations that you do. You load the PCBs. You run the pick and place, and then you reflow the components. I mean, there's solder pasting that goes on as well, but that could be part of your load PCBs. And you know, maybe it could be split out a little bit. Paste PCBs coming first, later. Right, but load PCBs. Do we have any PCBs? The project has got PCBs on it, right? So therefore, it must be incomplete, right? So this is correct. This is not correct. So where does this operation state come from? So create a phase is what does it. Right, and processes, phase state from processes. Right, and this is where it's getting that default state from. Which depends on the process. I mean, can you go from pending? Because I put that to do in there, didn't I? Where you go from pending to complete. But it seems like it's valid. You know, I haven't done it yet. I've did it. Right? I started it. I haven't done it. I started it. It's done. Those are your 3 states. Let's let the user decide for now. So it can be pending. That's what I just decided. Right, so this is going to be, oh my god, pending. And this is going to be pending. You've not done it yet. And this is pending. They're all pending. Everything's fine. It's pending. Right, create phase, create the next phase. So this is going to be pending as well. So pending. It's fine. Right, done. Assign placements to phase. Yes. This is wrong here now in our new world. It wasn't wrong before, but now it is. A phase operation is pending because there's no parts on it. Yep. Okay. But now the states are wrong. So this is pending. This is pending. This is pending. This one now needs to be incomplete still. I think that's correct. Yes. Happy days. Let's use our brain to try and work out what we should actually do here. So this is pending still. This is pending. This is pending. Should it be pending until you've placed the first component? I think it should. Let's say pending here as well. When you've placed one there, it's incomplete. But if you haven't started it, it's still pending. That's what I think. We've got components here, so this should be pending. Yeah. Assign this, so we've got a thing down here and it says pending. Right. Let's fix that. Yeah, this is going to be much better. This is going to be much better. So we're updating something. It's the project. This thing. I can't remember what it's called. It was something like update phase operation states. This is it. If you haven't added any, it's pending. And if total is 0, yeah, okay. Or placed, then it's pending. If they're all done, yeah, that's what we want. This should be its own little thing. We should have like a little unit test for that. Probably. Right. Generate some artifacts. Here we go. Those other ones passed, so we got that right now. Yeah, this is going to be good. Right. So we've got to fix up the generate artifacts thing because we replaced the phase overviews. Report content needs to have status pending because it's 0 of 3, right? And that one's going to be that as well, right? I suppose. And then somewhere here we have I don't know. Test process operation status, yeah. Yeah. But it's not supposed to be that. It's supposed to be this. But it's not supposed to be that. Is it? Yeah, it is that. How did it fail this time? Right. So it's incomplete, but yeah, the expectation is wrong. For the bottom. It can't be complete until all the phases are completed, and the phases can't be completed until each one of them is set to completed. Right? Fine. Done skidoo. Right. So this failed because it didn't do it. Why didn't it do it? That's pretty weird. Record phase operation. Yeah. So we're saying the top one is going to be completed. Right. Right. But we don't go from pending to completed, so that's why this is going wrong. So if we say not equal to complete, that's sort of like how it was before, then we just go OK. And we can go from pending to complete and from incomplete to complete now. And then that should allow this to do its thing. Except no. Oh, but we're okay, yes, we got onto the next bit. Phase states. The assertion is probably wrong. Phase states. Let's. What have we done? Record phase operation. Which one did we say that was wrong? Load PCBs. Yeah, it's pending. That's correct. For the bottom. This should be pending as well, right? Automated PnP on the top is pending because it's 0. Right, placed 0. That makes sense. Let me fix that annoying accidental import. Right, there we go. Another one probably. Right. Missing field completed. Yeah, okay. That's because in here this is supposed to be status of a test part of we're going to try that. Oh yeah, well, I suppose this needs to be status, and now we can have test pending. And there's going to be another one of those. Oh, maybe not. Okay. So we record a phase operation. I think I was incorrect because we're supposed to be setting this to complete here. That's what we said, right? Load PCBs complete, load PCBs complete. Go. Okay, we're good. Load PCBs pending. I think operate bottom one load PCBs is also pending. Bottom one, yeah, this one. Any more for any more? Okay. So record placements operation. Yeah, these ones we got to fix up as well. This should be pending. And didn't we say load PCBs is done now? Yes, we did say that. Right, reset operations. So now it should be pending. Because placed is 0. Everything should be pending. And I think we're done. Yeah, we're done. This is excellent. Excellent. Okay. So now we've got all our states in a happy way. Right. Okay. I did notice something when we were looking at operation history here, because we only have these things here. Future add support for other kinds that can be used, and then see operation history kind. Because we've got more things on here, right? But we haven't written any tests for them, so I don't want to add them here because otherwise we'll get a warning to say that the variant is never used. So when we add tests to read in a file that contains those things, we can add them. Alright, and I think we're going to be done for today. It's nearly... yeah, it's just gone 9:30. So what have we got today? Ooh, another 3 hours. Good progress today, though. Squishing bugs, getting features done. Sweet. So what do we do here? In the planner, I can hear the owls outside. They're going hoo at each other. They're really cool. I love that. I love the little owlies. What do we do? Let me just move that out of the way. So we update all the pending states. So introduce default state of pending, aka little owlies. Whoo! There's like 2 of them. One goes hoo, and the other one goes hoo. They're really great. You get bats here as well. AKA not started. I love the owls. For example, a placement cannot be incomplete or complete until assign until placements are assigned to a phase. However, yeah, fine. Yeah. Cool. So we've got all this updated states, and we've got the phase operation completed, and all this stuff, right? Yeah. Wow, that one does a lot. What is that one? That one is assign placements to phase. Assigning placements to phase causes a lot of messages. It's pretty great. It's pretty great. I mean, come on. That's cool. And then we've got the phases. Oh, they're very talkative tonight, the owls. Right, and then we fix the fix me. That's the fix me. Look, there it is. Wait, there it is. I never know which side to point on the camera. I need to like mirror my camera image or something so I can go like that. Right. Carry on with the review. So yeah, that was all good. So in order to do that, what did we do? We futzed around with the report builder. We futzed around with the project builder. We added that toString thing on here instead of that horrible nastiness that we had. There needs to be a space there. So that's all okay. And we added that. Yeah. And we poked the operation history to have status in it. And the report. Has phase status as is. Didn't see anything wrong there. I wish it wouldn't do that. There we go. Look. And then this is where we dealt with completed status. That's the main sort of production code change there. And there's also a default state that we mentioned in the commit message. And then we changed the flags to be status instead of that in the operation history. So that's all good. We're good. We're good. Let's run everything with default features. And everything with the CLI features. Hopefully it didn't bugger up anything else. Yes, we're all good. Weird. Okay, cool. So I'm clicking the button. Boom. It's done. It's to Dunsky. Right. Happy days. Right, it's all done. It's all done. What's left from our dog fooding thing from the other day? This is what we've got left. Allow specification, addition, removal of processes to the project. No, not yet. Consider adding unit 1 to the unit path for a single PCB automatically. No, not yet. Detect duplicate feeder references in loadouts for phases with PnP operations. Didn't I do that? No, we don't detect them yet. But we prevent them from happening. But if someone modifies a loadout externally, we need to detect them. That's what that's about. No, not yet. Consider adding a default name for a PCB of default. I considered it. No, not yet. Ideas. Add parts from part maker source to part automatically. No, not yet. Generate name of value list so that you can copy paste it. No, not yet. You see where I'm going with this, right? Better handling of test points. Test points? Yeah, we could do something about that. But no, not yet. So essentially all the dog fooding stuff is done. There's some improvements that could be made, but they're not as urgent as some of the other ones that we've just worked on. Those ones I consider far more important, like getting all the states and all this kind of stuff like done, the logging, the resetting things. Now we've got a usable tool that you can do pick and place, manual pick and place jobs with now. If you wanted to, you could. And you could record your loadouts and the time and dates that you placed every single component if you really wanted to, if you were mad. Or if you wanted to know exactly when you did everything and have a log about it, you could do it. You know, you could print out you could use your interactive bomb, but that ain't going to tell you when you did it, what components you used and all the rest of it when you did it, is it? No, this will. Cool. Right, so I think tomorrow, now that all that stuff is done, we can finally start on the panelization. And then that is probably going to be the last big thing that we need to do for this planner before we start writing machine control code. And that's going to be exciting. Panelization is going to be fun though. We've got to do that first. So this is the workflow steps. Let's have a reread through it and see if there's anything we missed right now. Export list of placements, did that. Decide which PCBs to populate, do that, yeah. Decide which PCBs to use, yeah, done that. Decide how many times to run all the processes. We haven't got this job repetitions yet, but we can reset and then run again. So we sort of have something that makes that work. Decide which variants you want to assemble, we've done that. Use the variant builder, done that. Define a panel, that's the bit that we've not done. Assign variants to each PCB unit, we did that. Determine the applicable process to be used for each part in the job. Well, it sort of happens because you say the phase is using a process, and therefore the parts get assigned to the phases process when you assign them. So yes, it's done. Create a phase for each process, done. Assign placements to a phase, done. Yeah. Assign loadout to each phase. Yeah, we do that when we create the phases. Assign parts to loadouts. This happens when you assign the placements to the phase. We could improve this by doing this kind of thing. Assign feeders to loadout items. Yes, we've done that. Yes, we can improve it. Create additional phases and loadouts if you run out of feeders on them. Yes, we've done that. Because we can create n amount of phases, right? Choose placement orderings for each phase. We did that. We don't have many placement ordering choices at the moment, but that's okay for now. Because the reason we don't have that, because we don't have we don't know the cost, area, height, and all this kind of thing yet, because we don't have that information from our parts database. But once we do have that, we can use it. Artifacts. So artifact generation, list of phases and repetitions for each phase. We've got all this. We've got our report. Our report is in this JSON format though at the moment, and it would be really nice to not have a JSON format for this. Nice to have an HTML one. But we do have a report nonetheless. List of phases, yeah. Part to load assignments, yeah. List of operations each phase, yeah. Feeders to load, yeah. PCBs to load, yeah. Panel lifters, we don't have that there yet. Assembly variant PCB unit, yeah. Ordered list of placements, yeah. Status. Yeah, we've got these issues, no phases created, so we've got the no design variants assigned to, yeah. Yeah. Load out items, feeder reference. Yeah. We've got it all. It's done. So the only thing we're missing is basically like the panel definitions, isn't it? And then our workflow is done. All right, cool. All right. So I guess yeah. Unless anything else funny comes up between now and the next stream, that's probably what we'll be doing on the next stream. So yeah. Click the like, subscribe, and all this. Say hi on the Discord server and all the rest of it. So yeah. Just remember, folks, it's only software. How hard can it be? We'll find out on the next one. See ya.